Hello, beautifuls of the feed. It's me, BNG. I'm going to be doing a tarot reading for you today. So today I'm going to start off with a daily affirmation, and we're just going to go from there. If you do resonate, just take what you do and leave what you don't, and subscribe if you're new to the Soul family, and also leave a comment down below because I love to respond and read them, and I love the confirmation. It's amazing. I hope everyone's having a lovely day today, and if not, I hope it can bring some clarity and peace and good intentions to your life. All right, so we do have 3 that just came out, and I can already tell that this is going to be a reading for you, a beautiful light worker of this earth. As I am a light worker in disguise, I don't have to talk about it, I can just be it. So that's our first card there. Beautiful. It is safe to ask for help. People want to support me. And we have, I can expend time when I am inspired. Amazing. That's a great way to start this reading today. So because the light worker one came out, I'm just going to dive straight into an oracle set. My apologies to anyone that wants the tarot cards. I'll do them straight after this. But because we have the light worker one, I just kind of figured that we'll go into starseeds and Egyptian oracle first and just get like a general energy from here and a general idea of what today's reading and messages are going to be for you. Beautiful light worker of the cosmos. Okay, so we have change. Number 18, Egyptian card. So the way I've been doing this lately is normally I'll just let the stars come out first and then the Egyptians will come out. But the Egyptians have been coming out and stars haven't been coming out lately. So I'm going to just carry on shuffling and hopefully we can get a couple of star cards. That'd be cool. All right, there we go. We got one and we got one more Egyptian card, so we'll go with that today. So change is definitely here. I really feel like this reading, if you've clicked on this, then there's a possibility that maybe you're in the road or in the process of wanting to change, or you've started noticing something about your life that's different. Like, like maybe you've realized that you are a light worker or you're trying to figure that out. So I feel like that's kind of what I've got here. We're coming from the darkness. So yeah, definitely. This is obviously a reading for people that are coming from the darkness. Apophis right here has come out. I don't think this card's ever come out in a reading, ever. And I've done like thousands this year, pretty much. We've got jump in with the stars. It says Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So this is very interesting here. Everything's kind of lining up already. We have jump in, we have change. And we have change from the darkness, and I feel like it's going to more of the sense of like the lighter side, which is really amazing. And I think that's what I'm here for, is to help people transition from the darkness to the light, which is almost like a shadow worker, right? I feel like I'm a lot of things, but like today I'm a shadow worker in this reading. The cards that I'm going to pull out now are actually going to be the shadow cards, since we're talking about the shadows and the darkness came out. So I think it's probably appropriate to just dive into those straight away. And I will get into your reading with the tarot. I will, I promise, and it will be amazing. All right. So the first shadow card that come out is Strength, and that's the universe's message. So the universe is really telling you that you have the strength to do this. Like you have the strength. You're like the powerhouse that this card suggests. Like that's the tree of life with like a big blooming leaf on it, and you're like trying to grow that leaf into something bigger, like a bigger tree. It's really giving me like rooting things, like like you're like rooting in the ground, or like grounding yourself, right? Like it's giving that, and it's also giving moon energy. There's a lot of moon energy here. This next card is the spiritual, and the third card is the physical. So spiritual is ascension. So ascension here is really interesting. I feel like there has been a moment in your life recently, I'd say, that has maybe snapped you out of something that has been happening, or maybe a belief system or certain patterns. And this ascension shadow card is really showing that your subconscious is upgrading, you're upgrading, I hope you understand what I mean by like you're upgrading. Like there's been an upgrade. You know, you're being called to action. There's a lot of things here that I get from this. Being called to action is like something that I think about YouTube. You know, call to action, like subscribe. But like this is the universe calling you to action to, you know, basically become the light worker that you're meant to be. There was a lot. This one here wanted to flip out though. So this here is the physical, and this one here is the revolutionary, which is really interesting here. The revolutionary is really giving me that, like, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm a revolutionary, but like I've been called that before, and like I think people were like joking about it, but like I feel like at the end of the day, a revolutionary is really the true hero in the story of destiny and like in the world. The person that's like kind of seeing the world from a different perspective, right? And you can get to this place where the energy just flows, and you can use those things, those things that you've experienced through life in this different perspective to really like help or do something meaningful. So I feel like the revolutionary here is really giving that like you are really a meaningful person, and if you do things in the right way and develop these gifts and ascend, then like this revolutionary thing, you can like really hold the torch and you can like make a change, make a difference. And today's all about change, right? And our last card here is the you know, like basically like the issue or like the thing that needs to be worked on, that needs to be like kind of looked at on a deeper level, which is, what is it? The underworld. Oh, well, okay. So this card gives me there is grips, there is ties, there is, you know, there hasn't been a great energy for a long time. And the underworld would suggest that, you know, you're really caught up in the shadows or have been caught up in the shadow kind of thing, or like really dark places. And as much as I want to talk about myself right now, I just know the feeling, like I've been in that place before. So I'll just say one thing. These cards were the first ones I got, and I have to just vouch and really just say that these are the cards that helped me see the light, or, you know, like really get to a positive place. So that is why I pulled these cards out today, because I really think they're appropriate for the situation. I really feel like whoever's going to be clicking on this video, you know, and whoever is really resonating with this is really coming from a place of darkness. You know, we have darkness, we have the underworld, but we have strength and we have ascension and we have the revolutionary, which really shows that you've pretty much only been through these things because you are in training. You know, like it's really a perspective. You've been in training for shedding the light, because it's really like, I don't know, at the end of the day, for a long time, I thought it was so unfair. But it's really like you get to this place of perspective and it changes, and you're like, no, you know what? I'm so grateful that I went through these things, because now I wouldn't be the person that I would be now with the light and, you know, in this beautiful ascended place without all these things. So with that, this is a really beautiful reading. Like I feel like I could just end the reading now, but I am going to move on to some tarot cards. And we shall do that. We shall. Oh, oops, I totally forgot. If you give me 1 second, I'll just quickly smudge them a little bit. I've been doing that lately just because I think it's appropriate. I have my own little thing that I do. I hope my lighter doesn't run out. It's the tiniest little bit. It like doesn't want to light right now, but it's okay. We just need a little bit. All right. All right, so now for your tarot reading, let's see what comes out. Let's see what's really happening. I am going to just do like a reading that is going over the December, you know, let's say like January 1st, you know, like around January, you know, the new year. Let's see what's the general energy heading along there, that timeline. All right, so this first card is really telling. It is the High Priestess. Like I feel like your intuition's really coming through. You're getting to a place where your consciousness is really expanding. That's what I get from this. There's a beautiful, beautiful reading today. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is definitely giving a new creative opportunity. You're going to be the spark, or you're going to find like a spark of inspiration. I think that's really beautiful. I feel like this is really just like an amazing kind of feeling. So maybe something that you're going to hear, or maybe something here is going to spark something. Like it just gives me like, the truth is coming out, you're starting to see. And it brings on this spark, this inspiration. You become the spark. You become the inspiration. I really think that. We have the Emperor here. So this is a really like structured kind of one. Stability, authority of your like own self, and like taking control. Like taking control of these things, and like really putting in some effort to get away from the underworld and the darkness, and like this kind of place that is not a great place to be in for a very long time, The Emperor is really fatherly energy, like a dad. You know how like a dad would like protect his children or whatever, like a good dad, a really good fatherly energy. It's kind of like that. It's like you're being that for yourself. Whether it's for a male or a female, or, I really think that with any gender, you can do these things, like the Emperor card would just be like that strong divine masculine in a woman if they're like a single woman and they're like looking after themselves and they don't need no man, like that kind of vibe. But with a man, it's like you're being the father, like you're being your own father ultimately, like you gotta weirdly like come to this place where you gotta like tell yourself, no, you can't do this anymore, and become more structured and controlled. So we have the Hermit here, and the Hermit is really suggesting, like being in the darkness. We have the darkness. It's reminding me of that song, I believe in a thing called love, just listen to the rhythm of my heart. I don't know if that's got anything to do with this reading, but that song was by The Darkness, called I Believe in a Thing Called Love. And I just thought it was so random that it popped into my head just now. That's like backwards, right? The darkness, but it's, oh my God, like I'm having an epiphany about that song. Like I get it now. Anyways, so like the Hermit is really just like going through the darkness, like you're holding the lantern as suggested in here, and you're really looking for that way out, like a tunnel, like you're doing a lot of soul searching. Definitely. We do have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands here is definitely giving a conflict. It's giving like a conflict, but maybe it could be a conflict within yourself. It could be a conflict within like creative challenges. Maybe you're having some sort of block. Maybe you feel not so confident. So it just seems like there is this kind of some sort of conflict here. Is this like an internal conflict? I will clarify that after, or this card might clarify it. We do have the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man here gives sacrifice, release, like some beautiful feelings of kind of like letting go, like it's like you've been upside down for so long, walking on your head, as the saying would go. And I feel like you're flipping yourself, like you're turning yourself over, and you're like really becoming stronger. There's a lot of strength here. And it's almost like, going from the dark to the light, being upside down and going right way up. So that's kind of what I get. And this card kind of flipped out. So we have the Empress card. It's nurturing, abundance, fertility, creation. Like I really feel like you're getting out of this darkness place. I love that. For this reading, it's really beautiful to see, the truth come to light with the High Priestess here. Just the knowing and being in a very beautiful energy. I do believe that I have qualities of the High Priestess. And I think you do too. So let's move on to some more cards here, and then I'm going to clarify a couple of things. Alrighty, we'll take those ones, put them down. Okay, so you want to do some meditation because we do have the moon here. What I'm getting from this is like that heavy emotion. This is like heavy trauma. This is connections. This could be some sort of like, like attachment, negative attachments. That's kind of what I'm getting from this today. I do believe that like the underworld, the darkness brings negative attachment. So if you're just starting out on your journey, right, your spiritual journey and your awakening and your enlightenment ascension process, then I would suggest just doing some meditation, looking into dark magic removal or negative energy removal. I really go for a lot of Indian cultured content, like the music or chants. They work really well for me, because I feel like it's got a lot of intention behind it, and I put a lot of intention behind it. I'm like, this is amazing. It's very trancey, but like I listen to like for an hour a day. But yeah, I would just suggest that because of the moon card here. Like you're really coming into this good place, and the moon card can bring in some really like chaotic things. So it would be really just like healing, healing these negative attachments. And there's also like the more extreme things, which are like, cord cutting rituals and things like that. Some people offer that around the place. Personally, I don't. Currently, I don't know really anything about that stuff. I really need to find a teacher for those things, or really like look into it. But ultimately I just read tarot, and I can like suggest on like insights and things. So we do have the Ace of Swords here. My bad, I read Age of Swords, Page of Swords. So we have the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is like being curious. You're very curious, you have new ideas, and you're definitely studying or learning something new. So whether this is learning something about yourself or learning something about like life, or just in general, like you're very, very curious at the moment to like find out or like to learn, which is really good. That's a good sign to see after the moon card here. And after what I just said, I feel like you're here to learn. So that's a good thing. We have Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles here is really giving, give with joy, love, and passion, with nothing but love and no expectation in return. So that the other words that came out, that's kind of what I get from this. And it's giving generosity, like it's really showing you a place that you can be in, because with the darkness and things like that, I feel like you become very closed off, and you don't want to give, or you don't want to like joyfully give, like it's this place of like feeling like if you give something to someone, then like there's expectation of something in return. So what this card is really just like kind of getting you to do is to think of it like differently. If you're going to like help someone or something like that, just don't expect anything in return, and just do it in a loving, joyful way. And you'll see such a huge difference in what comes back to you in life. It's really like law of attraction stuff. So yeah, let me know if you got any insights and stuff from this today. I am going to do one more card, and we are going to do Dreams of Gaia. So I do read a book for this one. I want to find it before I start. Oh no. Excuse me. I'm just going to have to lift you up a bit and then place you back down again. Okay, there we go. My book was holding up my camera because it's funny because I just use like a flip phone to record all these videos, and I just fold it in half and place it sideways on a couple of boxes stacked up. But maybe one day I'll be able to upgrade it. That's so funny. Anyways, let's get one card from Dreams of Gaia for you and see what is going to be very deep and profound today, because these cards are the most deep, profound cards I have in existence. We have the Scribe. This one here is reminding me of a video that I just made. Like I had a dream last night. It's insane, like the most insane dream. I woke up like kind of like shaking and stuff anyway. But this is reminding me of that. I spent like 3 hours this morning like writing some stuff out and like really coming up with like a message from my dream because I feel like there was something significant about it. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm getting from the scribe, is that like this card is, it's almost like calling me to tell you that like you're being called to action to be the scribe of the universe, you know, like channeling or some sort of gift. So that's kind of what I'm getting from that card just by looking at it and feeling it and seeing it. I mean, feeling the energy from it. Has anyone ever thought that like that you can like see energy, like you can see the energy resonating from stuff? Anyway, that's like auras. Anyway, I see like auras of like lots of things, people. I see mostly trees. When I'm walking down the road, it's so pretty, but it's really hard to explain. It's like you know how like the ground's hot, like the tar seal sometimes in summer, and it's like radiating heat off it. Unless I'm the only one who can see that. But anyway, it's like that. But it's like, yeah, it's very interesting, and I actually like practiced and learned how to do it. I don't know why I'm talking about that. I feel like it's got something significant. You could look into auras. It really changes your perspective on the world and like how you look at it. Okay, 12 of Ear, the scribe. So this is the 12 of Ear. It's number 223. Okay, so this is the record keeper, information, knowledge, tradition, history, personal history, preservation, and censorship. So, very interesting, this card today. Let's go through this, and I normally just read it. I don't normally say anything about it, and we end the reading straight away afterwards, so I'm just letting you know what's going to happen. So, let's go. The meaning. The scribe is the record keeper, the keeper of all knowledge and information about past, present, and future. He is a priestly man, although not necessarily a religious one. His religion is knowledge and wisdom, tradition, mythos and law, philosophy, religion and science, mathematics and the arts, history, current events, and the events that are coming. He has the reverence for books and makes little room for anything else in his life. They are his constant companions, and when he is not reading and memorizing their contents, he is searching for new sources of information and collating and documenting that information so it can be recounted with ease. He is on a perpetual quest for knowledge, not just for his own benefit, but for all of mankind. He believes that record keeping is the cornerstone of civilization, and without accurate records, the past has served no purpose. Unlike the sage, the scribe is a man without intellectual bias or prejudice. He is objective and passionate about preserving, having, and providing the most accurate information, and values being able to provide the most accurate information. He always offers knowledge from several perspectives and differing points of views. He is a man of letters, and those who know him see him as multifaceted. He is a philosopher, historian, counselor, teacher, instructor, and more. He is respected. His knowledge is treasured. His knowledge is also feared by those who seek to control the information and knowledge that he has amassed. He holds the keys to the library. He knows the secrets of kings and church, the machinations and the politics that have brought leaders to power and remove them. With the knowledge he has, he himself can make or destroy nations. It is a power that inspires fear, but also a power he would never use, because the machinations of man are of little importance to him. Knowledge is his God, and the only God he worships. When the scribe appears in your reading, he symbolizes the importance of documenting your life's journey, whether it be through photos, a journal, a blog, or video. Record your story so it can be enjoyed and remembered, and do it in a manner that can be safely preserved. Write your thoughts down on paper. Keep scrapbooks full of photos and thoughts about your favorite experiences. The scribe asks you to value the act of writing things down. You might wonder at the necessity. But while the technology at hand enable us to store a wealth of information, it can also be unreliable, and you risk losing everything if a hard drive fails or the cloud should cease to be. If you don't wish to write things down, take the appearance of the scribe in your reading as a timely reminder to make multiple copies of all that have stored on your phone, computer, or laptop. Excuse me. You sometimes won't realize the extent of your loss until after it occurs. Don't risk losing those precious memories. Keep them safe. The scribe also signifies that there might be a need to seek someone out who can help you with some research you may need to do. You may need to visit a library or even seek out someone whose specific role is to collate or archive records. Whether you are trying to discover your family history or wishing to follow a path that is steeped in tradition, now is the time to start asking questions and discovering the answers. Okay, well, I think it lines up pretty well. I feel like there's this reminds me of the beginning of my spiritual ascension journey, awakening, whatever you want to call it. The High Priestess came out, and it's all about truth, and it's all about reality within truth, and it's a lot of to do with this. Like, I have to admit, like, I got all my records, right? Like, it's so interesting. Like, I won't show you all of it, but like, I will show you the folder. But it's like a chunk. It's a chunker, you know? So it's very interesting to see the scribe come out here, because obviously this is not for me, this reading. But if it's for you, then it's definitely one of those things where, like, you need to seek out, like, the truth. And I really do believe that helps. It's helped me out exponentially in ways that I can't even really talk about on YouTube, because it's not what my channel's for, and I'm not really like that as a person. I think I've mentioned it in like one video, and yeah. But anyways, I hope that everybody that is watching this video to this point, leave a love heart in the comments down below if you do resonate, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in another video very soon. All right, take care, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.